Hi, hello, how are you doing? It's been a while. In case you don't know me, I'm Kat, a 24 years old artist who wants to be a freelancer but keeps struggling in the process. On today's episode, I spent 3 hours trying to set up this microphone, so I'm sorry if I sound a bit tired. At least the audio is going to be top notch this time. I hope. I don't know if you remember, I studied art. I entered uni because I wanted to learn how to paint, and that's exactly what I did. I used to paint in oils. It was like my main media. When I got my degree on 2023, I had to paint my thesis, which was 5 huge paintings, and I ended up so burnt out. I told myself I would take a break from oils, and I let pass like a year and a half. Didn't touch them like once in all of that time, and I was missing it like in my soul. I love painting with oils. I think it's very forgiving, so I thought it was time to go back to them. I used this canvas paper for an assignment once and I really loved it. It comes ready to use, so it's really easy and just like painting over paper. But this time I couldn't find the same size, so I bought this bigger one and I realized it's 4 times the size I used to have, so I cut it with an X-Acto knife and it turned out perfect. I usually do a first layer with sienna, with oils, but this time I decided to go with magenta with acrylics. You can use acrylics and then oils, but you can never use oils and then acrylics, or at least that's what I've heard. I've been loving this wash painting with magenta as a base layer because it makes the colors glow. I wanted to try and I'm super glad because it turned out super pretty. One of my pleasures is watching these home renovation videos or these designers that make houses look so pretty, kitchens especially, and they always have these walls full with paintings, and in my house I don't have any, which is a bit funny because I'm able to create them. I don't even have to go and search for them or go to a vintage market, which could be super fun, but I could make them myself, and that's what made me inspired to create this. It's been a while since I've been thinking I want to paint a field, and cows look so cute and it gives like this cottagecore vibes, which I was going for. So I took a few references of cows and fields and I created this composition. I started with a loose sketch. It was just for composition purposes, and then I started with my midtones, which is kind of similar to what I did in my last video using acrylics. I start with my midtones and then I go dark, and at the end I go with my higher values. With oil painting, the dark tones are more translucent, so you have to build more layers, and you can add the final details with white, which is way more opaque. So just going once you will get that really whitey white. Oh yeah, my camera died. I'm so sorry, please don't be mad at me. I only have one battery and I was too inspired to stop. So I continue painting that day, and this is the next day. It wasn't completely dry because oils take a while, but it was dry enough for me to build like a second layer. For example, in the sky you could see too much of the magenta, and especially on the darker tones, like I said, I was able to build more layers to get more dark and closer to black. And yeah, I kept detailing. Another thing that I wanted to work on and was bothering me was that everything had the same amount of details. So I wanted to add sections with smaller details. For example, under the tree I added a fence, which I love. I think it turned out so cute. And you can see me adding smaller brush strokes so it looks more interesting and it doesn't look all the same everywhere. After that, I realized everything was looking a bit monochrome, like it had some kind of red filter. So I added blues in the shadows to make some contrast, since shadows tend to be more cooler than highlights when the light is coming from the sun. And I don't know, it felt like scratching that corner of your brain. That's what adding blues make me feel. It's a bit hard filming oils because it reflects the light, so I'm sorry about that, but I think it turned out so pretty and the process was super satisfying to rewatch. I'm super proud with the results, and if you ask me, my favorite part is the tree. I loved how the tree turned out, and the cow that is standing up, and those little bushes under the pine trees look so pretty, and that splotch of cooler green, it's really pretty to me. I really enjoy when artists are super expressive with oil paintings, and I think those sections were able to get somewhere near that. And my least favorite part is the baby cow. The one that it's laying there. Maybe I should have added more details to the face, but I didn't want to. Like, it didn't inspire me to continue. I didn't give it the protagonism that could have had, so the standing cow, that's the star. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy something a bit different. I'm sorry that I'm not showing my face. I procrastinated this video for way too long, and I know filming myself would make me wait for like another week. So just a voiceover this time. But yeah, I hope I see you soon. Thank you so much for the support. Next video will probably be watercolors. Finally. See ya.